If you're on a marketing team or running one and not thinking about the company's revenue goals, it is time to start thinking about the company's revenue goals. Welcome to TradePending TV. Marketing's job at any dealership is to help the company sell more. Period. Stop. That's it. Everything the marketing department does should be in support of that goal. So that means marketing needs to know the business's revenue goals and then needs a plan to help them achieve it. What it really means here is that you are tying marketing's goals to the sales team goals, to the overall revenue goals, and how should you go about doing that? So step number one, you've got to figure out what kind of information you're tracking today that reflects marketing touches or influence on your sold vehicles. This usually takes the form of lead source in your CRM. Step 1A, if you've got none of that today, you got to work with your CRM company, your vendors to start tracking that information. Step number 2, look at that data quarter by quarter and for the last year to get a baseline of what percentage of revenue that marketing has been contributing in the past. Is marketing influencing 50% of new sales, 80%, 90%? The number itself doesn't matter too much. What matters is what you do with it. We'll get right back to that in a moment. So side note, there's a whole big can of worms we can open here regarding what gets credit. Is it the first touch? Is it the last touch? Is it a blend, a weighted average? If you're just starting out with this, pick the one that makes the most sense for you and is the simplest to measure and start there. The last touch someone had with marketing is an easy place to start. So what do you do with that percentage number of marketing influence? Well, that leads us to step 3. And step 3 is to evaluate which lead sources are performing the best or worst and figure out how you can double down on what's working and determine what you need to change or drop from the underperformers or something to test differently. The 4th step here in this process, you've got to set some new goals to determine if you can increase marketing's contribution to your revenue targets based upon this new intel that you've got. And finally, your most important step is to report back up the monthly and quarterly influence, clearly communicating that your numbers are tied directly to the dealership's revenue goals, and everyone's going to understand the impact that you're having. We'll see you next time.